the other week, like last week, you had that chick from Microsoft, Xbox, one of the founders of the first Xbox, come out, put out a scathing, I would say, scathing video about how Microsoft is not dedicated to bringing out any home hardware, shit like that. And I totally agree. It's like they waved the white flag. Like, I think they've been waved the white flag since like the 1X. Start of the 1X, leaving like end of the 360 era with the Kinect and all that shit. But basically that shit didn't like pan out the way it's like it was supposed to be. It was supposed to rival or be like comparable to something like what the Wii was doing, where the like the motion and all that shit. Remember, because PlayStation did the same thing. They had the motion controllers and all that shit. But it's like, yo, everything that she said in that video is absolutely correct. Nobody on no Xbox influencer or iOS can argue what she said. They don't give you anything exciting to share about Xbox. I mean, like recently, yes, they have been cooking and they've been cooking and releasing games on a consistent basis. Recently, they have been like releasing a lot of good games and just doing the like decent games. I'm not gonna say like they like top of the line of. I played Avowed, beat it, started a little bit of Indiana Jones, got bored of it. Sorry, smoke break. And just to let you know, this is a video. This is a video that's playing. This is not me playing. This is my live stream. So whatever you missed on my live stream, this is what you're watching now. I'll probably continue to see. This is what the computer is. But I hear another sound. That's how was us if we hear all that. Save me all that shit. That's how was us. That's a very good game. I can't wait for that game to come out. I gotta kill that sound.
We told him about an office in town, abandoned trust, some rich corporate types that are bound to have left some valuables behind. So he locked us in here while he went to tell Jude to ransack the place. He said
around the shit. So anyway, she came out, she said what she said. She got the whole Xbox community. Motherfuckers was making videos about her shit. I'm like, why make a video? The only reason why you're making a video is to try to get some kind of monetization, some kind of credit from her. Like using her content to make content, which is, to me, is scummy. When you use other people's shit to make content, like, you're not a content creator, you're just a copycat. There's nothing creative about it. You're using, yeah, you might be stopping and giving your thoughts and opinions, but don't call yourself a content creator, because you're not creating anything. Just using somebody else's material for your material. Like, can you go to your job, wherever you work, and you start using their copy machines to make flyers for your business? No. But only in gaming, only in YouTube can you use somebody else's shit as content. Just because you talk over it. It's content. You see what I'm doing? I'm using my own content to speak over shit. I don't have to use somebody else's material. I use my content and speak over my content, not somebody else's. If you want to go and see what I'm referring to, you could go and look at her content and find out what she's saying. Go to the horse's mouth, that way the horse gets paid. Feel me? Because I'm an artist, I draw. So I wouldn't want anybody using the artwork I draw for their own personal gain. Yeah, you might change it a little bit, but still, to me, it's, nah. So anyway, so she came out, she said what she said, and it's very fucking hard to debate what she said. They are diluting the brand. I use Game Pass, but it is not sustainable because it doesn't make sense. Because, like I said, it's not sustainable. Plus, you're not building a gaming library. Like I said, like I played Avowed, beat Avowed, but I'm not gonna buy it. Only game thus far I played, beat, and paid for was South of Midnight. That is a great game. And that's the only game so far this year I bought for my Xbox and my PC that I can play both on. Other than that, there's no incentive to buy a game once you played it and beat it, especially on Game Pass. It's not like God of War, not Ragnarok, the first God of War, like it's on PS Plus, but it's like the value of it, it's like it has more value than it would be. It has more value to me than it's like if it was on Game Pass. On Game Pass, like Doom the Dark Ages, another game I played, beat. Don't have no fucking desire to to buy it. But if PlayStation was to remove God of War from PlayStation Plus, I I'd buy it. Because the game is awesome. And that's one of the issues with Xbox. They just don't make awesome games that compel you like that. Like if it was to be removed from Game Pass, okay, who cares? But like I said, if God of War was to be removed from PlayStation Plus, I would turn around and buy that shit in a heartbeat just to continue to keep playing it. And Xbox doesn't have games that drive you like that. But like, okay, it's going down, so what? Only game that I felt the need to do that for was South of Midnight. But she's right, it's losing value. Like when I had my first Xbox, I had 2 of them. And I've told the story many times. I had 2 Xboxes. The first one, because that was the best Xbox ever made. And it was better than PlayStation. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Because that Xbox, you could set up a network. You could take one, if you had the same game, you set up a private server and have people like use your game to set up a server. So an Xbox will send people to your game, to your console to play. You'd play that game like Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein, they had the character classes. There was commander, engineer, medic. I had shit set up like. I set up a server in like my brother's room, and then in my room I had I was running the game, I was booting motherfuckers. The racist white boys would come in, talk shit. I would talk shit back to them and be like, yo, I'll boot you from the game, I'll boot you from the server right now. They'll be like, you can't boot me. I'm like, alright, so right there. Booted from the fucking server. Yo, to me, I think that's why Xbox got rid of that shit, because you was able to boot damn racist motherfuckers from the game. You could have boot racist people from your lobby. Somebody was not playing right, you could boot them. Somebody was not following the objective, you could boot them. They need to bring back that power to multiplayer games. If I don't care if a white person wants to play with all racist people in their lobby, and I come in there and they want to boot me, so be it. If they have the right, if I have the right to remove a racist person, the racist person can have the right to have whoever they want to play with. But they should bring back that power to people who play online. Set up servers. Allow people to set up servers if you have multiple consoles, and you could like, that's what makes no sense. Some people have like multiple consoles and they don't do that. Like, let people, if you're able to put the game on both consoles and log in, once you have it so that if you log in with one of your consoles, you make that console into a network for like COD or something. So if you have COD, you can put it on your SSD on both consoles and then set up a private server on one console and then have another console like that you're playing off of, but you're the boss. Like, they should really consider bringing back that fucking feature. It makes no sense. But she was right. The new Xbox, it makes no sense. What they're doing, this new handheld Asus ROG Xbox, it makes no, I'm on the record, it makes no sense. Because they already have devices out that does the same shit what it's going to do now. And plus, they're putting that operating system on all other Asus devices, which makes it, which even further dilutes the fucking exclusive. They said that, yo, this operating system is only going to be found on this device. No other Asus device is going to have this. This is why, and here's a special game that goes along with it. I think Hollow Knight is that special game. Yo, it would have been, I was like, yeah, I would look into getting it because I do need a better portable device for work. That I can play I'm starting to build my Steam library, so I want to bring those games in so I can invest time in those games. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to look for the right device. And that Xbox device looked kind of right. The grip, what it can do, but you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense what they're doing. And if they are making another console, I think it's stupid. Because their games are just not compelling. They just cut so many people and canceled a couple of games. Like, just don't make no sense. Like, what games are they gonna have at launch for this console when it comes out? It's gonna be another Series S and X. They're gonna have nothing to launch with it. And we gotta stop rewarding these companies with that fucking behavior. We gotta give them 100% of our money, but they can give us 70% of the product and give us 30% of it later. It just doesn't make sense. Just like making these consoles and like you don't have fucking what games, like what, nobody's asking that question. If Xbox does have a fucking other console coming out, console, not PC, handheld, console, one wire, one video out, one power plug, and that's it. A console. What games do they have coming out exclusive for this console? It just doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense. Like, in what game? Like, what game? Like, is it going to be like a must-play game? Like, come on, like. That's why I moved on to PC, because I'm tired of dealing with the console issue. I mean, like Xbox console. I'll buy the next PlayStation, but I'm gonna wait for the PlayStation Pro. I'm not gonna buy a PlayStation 6, because if they're gonna do anything like what they did with the PS4 going into the PS5, having cross-gen games that can play on PS4 and PS5, it makes no sense to get a PS6 when it comes out if you're just going to come out with a Pro version later on. So the next PS6, I'm going to wait till the Pro. Unless there's some kind of compelling game that says, hey, you need a base PS6 right now to play this game. Other than that, I don't see getting a base PS6. Because if they're gonna come out with a Pro, I'll just wait for the Pro. And then fast forward to the end of the week. Now you got PlayStation upset, and it's so funny too. I bounce around to these YouTube spaces like podcasts and shit like that, and sitting spaces on Twitter, and these motherfuckers always predict the future of Xbox. Xbox is failing, this, that, this, nobody wants that dog shit, this, that, and third. Motherfuckers always know the future of Xbox. But no PlayStation motherfuckers saw this shit coming. No PlayStation dudes saw seeing Helldivers coming to the Xbox. They was calling motherfuckers pork beggars. I even call him that dude broomstick pork beggar. Like, I was wrong. I said it would never come to Xbox. Never 1,000 years, but never to never. But I'm happy it's coming to Xbox because it'll give me a chance to double and triple up on it now. No PlayStation dude seen that shit coming. That shit was so fucking poetic. No PlayStation dude seen that shit coming. Now everybody want to jump out in front, seeing that PlayStation did this now. Now everybody, what's next? Spider-Man. This is next. Nobody knows what's next. Because nobody's sitting at the fucking board table in these discussions. Don't hitch it. This is why I'm trying not to hitch my flag to any console anymore, because it just don't make sense. Xbox is not going to do right by its base. PlayStation is going to just do PlayStation, whatever they feel to keep making money. I'd just rather just go wherever the wind blows. Whatever hot game is coming out, whatever platform it's on, I'm gonna be there playing it. If it's gonna be on Xbox, Xbox is gonna be on PC, got my PC ready for it. The PlayStation, one of their games coming out in the future is also gonna be on PC. Probably get it on PC. Got some old consoles, probably like if this Donkey Kong is what I think it is, the reviews come out soon, by the end of this week. Yeah. So yeah. PlayStation really threw a curveball on motherfuckers with that shit. And I like it. Cause you see the fanboys hurt. Oh, I'm not buying PlayStation no more. It's diluting the value. It's diluting this. It's devaluing this. One game. I said motherfuckers don't know nothing. Not at the board table, not sitting there. They're not asking you for your opinion. And I hope Celebrity gets ported over. They catch more money with that game on the Xbox. That's one shit. Oh, why they put Hellblade on? Why they put Hellblade on Helldivers 2 on fucking Xbox? They ain't gonna buy it. They don't buy games over there. Motherfuckers, y'all not buying. Y'all motherfuckers not supporting games on PlayStation. PlayStation lost 2 crown jewels within a year and a half. They lost Final Fantasy to Xbox and Switch, and now they lost Helldivers. They lost 2 games that you could call exclusive, a reason to buy a fucking PlayStation. Tell somebody, yeah, if you want some good games, buy a PlayStation for Final Fantasy action RPG. Or buy it for you want a crazy wild multiplayer game. Buy it for Helldivers. Can't say that no more. You could say it for like a couple other games, like, but now you could say, hey, get it on fucking Xbox, and motherfuckers really hate that shit. To me, what Xbox needs to do is just get rid of Game Pass, refund people on that shit, or give them discounts on games for whatever they stockpile in Game Pass subscriptions, and just take risk on making new IPs. Let these devs go wild. Just be like, yo, listen, man, we're looking for these types of games. Action, adventure, this. Go wild with the story. Give us some wild story, because Kojima is showing right now with Death Stranding that you can make a game with a wild story and it be fucking fun to play. Death Stranding has to be one of the wildest stories, one of the most imaginative, creative stories in gaming in the last 30 years. A motherfucker who is carrying or making deliveries in a post catastrophic event. People with mystical powers and shit like that. Weird creatures. Like, that's creative. Xbox needs to like take chances again, like just create IPs and just hold on to them. Don't even make them multi-platform. If you're gonna do like make a multi-platform live service game, but keep some games. Like, I like the fact that Avowed and South of Midnight is not on PlayStation as of yet. It will eventually, but it's not for now. Because I would tell somebody, hey, you want to like be an African American. There's not too many African American games without representation. I'll tell somebody, you want a good representation of us. The reason why South of Midnight did so well, people think that it didn't do so well, but it really did well amongst African American people. Because it came out 1 week before the Sinners movie. So I was playing South of Midnight, seeing Sinners. It was a good representation for like black people around that time. And black people I was on TikTok, black people were streaming, playing that game. It's a very good game. There's elements in that game in South of Midnight that you could find in Stellar Blade. But people will tell you Stellar Blade is the better game because she's voluptuous. The music in South of Midnight is phenomenal. But people will tell you Expedition 33 is better. Without even playing South America. And I'm talking about white people. There has been gold out there. If it's a black person in it, it's not good. But so to me, Xbox just needs to focus on just making games. That's all PlayStation and Nintendo do is make fucking games. You know, they don't focus on that extra shit. They don't focus on putting games everywhere. Like PlayStation does to a small degree, but Nintendo no. You're not gonna see Ratchet and Clank on Nintendo. If it does, that'll be the day. But again, I don't know. So I'm just speculating. But if they ever put that game on that, it will be the day. Me, I'm a proponent for exclusives. Exclusives are necessary. You see it everywhere. You see it in clothing. You see it in car. You see it in cars. You need exclusives. Exclusives give you a reason why to buy this car buy this item over the next. Exclusives are necessary. But after a while, I would say this, after a while, you can let exclusives go, especially like, I would say 1 or 2 years. I say if if you want to let 1 or 2 exclusives go, but not the whole thing, not your main heavy hitters. But if you like a Rise of Ronin, if it sold like 800,000-900,000 copies, and you wanna get a few more, I could see letting it go to other platforms to see if you can scoop up some money. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, because that money again could be used to fund other projects that could be possibly better than what you just let go. I just hope that the Xbox crowd buys and support Helldivers 2, because they was asking for it, now you got it. So it's like the ball's in your court. So support that game. It's a really good game. It's a really live. I need to get back into that game. Like I said, I stopped playing it because the changes what they did, like nerfing the railgun, the personal generator, and there was one more weapon that they nerfed. Like when they did that shit, it was like the dumbest shit. Like I don't understand these companies when they do nerfs like that. Like you have a game, it's fun. People are having fun. People are telling other people, yo, play this game, it's fun. And then you go and make changes to it that take the fun out of the game. It's just like fucking so stupid. And that's what Helldivers did that turned me off. They took some of the best gear and they nerfed it just to go back and revert it back to normal. The new changes came out. I checked out the new changes. I like it. It's kind of wild, even more wild than it was before. But now it's on Xbox. They really like. I think the Xbox card is gonna come out for like the first few months, but it's gonna die down. If they can do like competitions, like if they can do like a competition where now it's on all three platforms, they can set up so like they can have like a tally of now. They should put it on like each planet, each system, like this is PC, this is what PC players are doing in the war, in the fight against the war. This is what Xbox is doing in the fight against the war. This is what PlayStation players are doing. If they could show stats like that and have like weekly competitions, that would be awesome. Have like weekly competitions with each different platform. This shit was hard as hell. This shit right here. And thank God I made the road for this shit. I was getting tired of cutting through and dealing with the BTs. The more I play the game, the more I see like the objective is like, yo, to avoid the BTs and shit. I want to do that mission with the pizza. Deliver the pizza. I want to see how fast I deliver the pizza when I get to that outpost. That pizza dude. There's a mission you got to deliver pizza in 5 minutes. I got all these roads and monorails set up. I think I can do that shit within like 2 minutes. Use like the bike and shit. Zip and do that shit. At first, I was nervous to play this game, but the more I play it, the more I understand it, the more I want to play it, the more I'm getting into the first game. And I know why the first game didn't catch me like this one. The first game is just, the pacing is just hella slow. Really slow. I just completed a mission. There's a bike. There's a track cruiser right outside the fucking outpost. Can't use it. Why? Because I don't have the ability to fucking create a generator yet. So it's like, it's the pacing in that first one. The second one, it picks up, like within like the first 3 hours, you get like you get usage of a fucking bike. Then they start throwing weapons at you, and it's like constant weapons, like do a mission weapon, do a mission weapon. Gear, here's gear. I like that shit. The first game is, it's like you do a mission, you get shit, you just get likes to your fucking stars. You don't get no gear. It's like I gotta go deeper into the fucking story and shit. Also, it's sad that these companies are still showing us. I want to speak on this because this is something that really bothers me, and I learned my lesson since fucking Anthem. These companies gotta stop showing us fucking these pre-baked fucking CGI movies of fucking games. If you're not gonna like what Phil Spencer did is totally fucked up. You went to that studio, you said you like what you seen, but you was lying to the people, and then you shut down that studio. You shut them down, but everything that you showed us was fucking bullshit. So why did you put that fucking trailer into the showcase if this is what your ultimate plan was? People gotta understand, you don't cut 9,000 people. 9,000 people is hard. You just don't put names in a hat and just like, randomly take 9,000 people. No, you gotta set up HR, a special group in HR to go through, alright, here I know how they broke it down. They probably broke it down to the most recent hires within like a few months or years. Those people got let go. Cause there was a black dude that on Twitter, he posted his badge that he worked that thing, and he was on a contract. And his contract, they didn't renew it. So they was cutting people who was on contract because people gotta understand, the reason why Microsoft is so fucking rich is because there's only like 40% in that fucking company that have healthcare. Okay, there's only 40% of people in that company that have healthcare. Not 50%, 40%. So that's how they save and make a lot of money, because they don't have to pay so much healthcare. If you're a contractor, you have to go out and get your own healthcare. You have to take your pay. You have to take your pay and fucking pay for your healthcare. So Microsoft, they was cutting those people. Those people was automatically going. The people who's on contract, they was going automatically. But people like my brother, he got laid off with the company he was with. Only reason why, because he was a recent hire. He was not there like over. You gotta be with a company. If you work for a corporation, if you've been there over 5 years, you're not going nowhere. But if you're under 5 years, or if you're not with a union, your job could be going at any minute. Just recently, my job, they just gave us a fat raise. But I know, because I work for so many corporations, I know when they give out money, there's cuts coming. So I know that sooner or later, it might not be now, but 6 months, 8 months from now, I can expect to hear cuts. Because they're going to be like, okay, we gave out too much money. Now we got to cut this back. Because they're going to look at it, they're going to be like, okay, customers are not, they're going to see where, okay, we're not bringing money in this part from our customers. So we gotta scale back in our workforce, so we can make up what we're not getting from the customers. So Microsoft, it's not random. They picked 9,000 people, and to me, like I said, this goes into like their whole fucking next generation console. If you cut so many people, right, and you're known for cutting so many people after projects, who's going to want to come and work there? Who's going to, only a desperate person is going to want to come and work there. That's it. Somebody, like, right now they got cut. They're going to be on unemployment for the next 8 months. They got to hope that Microsoft starts projects, like gaming projects within the next 8 months so they can be picked back up again or some shit. Or some other studio opens up or some shit. But other than that, like, Microsoft keep cutting people. Who's going to want to come and work there and work on your projects? And if they do, your projects are going to be half-assed because they know why give my all, because you're just going to cut us in the end. And this is what the environment that they're building there, that they don't see that they're going to have a problem with. They're not going to get the best product out of these people. Because why am I going to give you 100% of myself at this pay, knowing that when this shit is up, you're going to cut us because you got what you wanted from us. So to me, Microsoft needs to dead this whole Game Pass, start letting these studios go wild, making games, doing what they need to do to make good, banging, must-play games, because what they doing right now is fucking terrible. It makes no sense. I wouldn't buy that shit because, like I said, there's devices out that does this shit. I'm not gonna buy the next console because they didn't support the One X. They didn't support the Series S or X. The Series S was a piece of shit. Wasted $200 on that shit. Only fucking console that really did any fucking thing this gen was the PlayStation. PlayStation provided a DualSense, the fucking PSVR 2, the DualSense, the PSVR 2, they gave you a better option on the SSD than Microsoft. Like, PlayStation did more this gen than fucking Microsoft, and it's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. And now they're looking towards the next gen. You think I'm gonna go through the next gen and pray that Microsoft and Xbox does right? You're right. I'd rather smoke crack. Microsoft is terrible. Phil Spencer is terrible. Motherfucker's a liar. He's been lying since the fucking 360 era. Ever since he came in charge, he's been a fucking liar. The motherfucker just talks all corporate speech. He's a corporate motherfucker. Phil Spencer is a corporate motherfucker. This is why they don't fucking fire him. This is why he's been there at Xbox, because he's willing to lie. If you're willing to lie, you'll get far in any corporation. Corporations like liars more than thieves. Because if you're willing to lie, they'll put you in management position. Because when you're in a management position, you're gonna be willing to lie to somebody if you need to fire them. That's why Phil Spencer is in the position that he is in, and he has not been fucking fired yet, because he is willing to lie. Game Pass is bullshit, but they keep the shit going, and that's another thing. The whole shit with Game Pass, they'll throw money at that shit till the fucking end of time. It's a battle of attrition between Nintendo and Sony on who's gonna break on putting their games on fucking a live service like they do. That's what Microsoft is banking on. Microsoft has been this way since they took over. Kicked Netscape out of fucking the internet browsing shit. It's a battle of attrition. They come in and they just wear you out with just fucking money. Like, we just want to just throw money at this Game Pass till the end of time so we know that these other companies can't fucking do it. That's why I think Sony gave, another reason why they gave it, I said it, it's money. It's all money. This is why they gave Helldivers to fucking Xbox. All fucking money. Everything goes back to money. Well, I wish Sega would come back. I seen that shit with that guy, that Sega dude, that new Sega dude, he was talking some shit. I hope Sega comes back and they make a system. Cause Sega's library is so fucking wicked. Sega's library is so fucking wicked. They got so many fucking good games that they can just do over, like, in double or triple A, and like, and really put a shaking, like, to like in the whole gaming industry if they was to ever come back with a fucking console. If Sega was to ever say, yeah, we're coming back. They got so many fucking games, so many IPs, Golden Axe, Shinobi's about to drop a game, Streets of Rage, Daytona, that F1 racing game. They can do a newer version. Some fucking, I got that shit on the Nintendo Switch. I forgot what it's called, but it's that Polygon F1 game that Sega had. Virtual Fighter. Sega got like so many fucking like titles. Oh man, that would be my dream. Sega come back into the video gamescape with a fucking controller and a system, and it's like, yeah, we gonna redo our library. What? I'm there for it. They say they redoing their library from like the Sega Master, Sega Genesis, Saturn, Dreamcast. That'd be so crack. But the future of PlayStation alone from PlayStation just to show me what they got coming. I hope intergalactic gameplay is on the level of The Last of Us. I hope Wolverine gameplay rivals Spider-Man's. I hope Wolverine, they say they're gonna have it. I hope it's done correctly, the dismemberment in that Wolverine game. That Marvel fighter game, I can't wait for that shit. I'm doubling up on that game. Marvel Tokon, getting that shit for PC, getting that shit for PlayStation, getting the fucking arcade stick. Like, PlayStation, they got the games coming, but like, show us the games, and I hope like this gameplay. No more like trailers. Show me gameplay. I want to see gameplay. thank the Lord I finished this fucking outpost. This outpost was the fucking worst. There's a couple of outposts in this game I hate doing, and this one one. You ain't get shit from this outpost. All I got from this outpost was rainy fucking dancing. Backpack, a fruity ass backpack with a rainbow, with these birds in the rainbow. Like, shit's terrible. And I will say this. Look how fast this fucking game loads. I'm playing on my base PS5. My Slim. This is not my Pro. This is a Slim. Look how fast this game loads. That is sick. Like, did you see that shit? Like, did you see that shit? Like, look how fast this fucking game loads. Like, the last time I seen loading like this was cartridge. Like, cartridges, like, not even cartridge. Cartridge, they say you still had to go through the whole, title, the intro and shit, seeing the fucking, company name and shit. But when you get to the title screen, it's like that is crazy. That shit is super right there. Only other loading I seen like that was fucking Ratchet and Clank and Forspoken. Forspoken had some fast loading. You know it's a Kojima game. These dudes look like Metal Gear Solid dudes, like 3.0. Motherfuckers that you used to take out on the ship and shit. Alright, let's see what we gotta do. dragging on for fucking trying to move the fucking story forward. Very good. The whole vibe is here. Lit. I'm gonna go back to Harvey when unfortunately I have to take the long way. I am moving at the fastest speed I possibly can. This is the slowest speed, this is the fastest speed. Fucking more superhero. Passing through. Put my gun ready. Build some fucking zip lines. Don't need that cargo. Need some motherfucking zip lines. letting this dump on me. I think I could probably finish this.
brave the elements for our sakes. Try not to get too wet out there.
Order completed. Well done.
To get us our delivery, eh? Thank you, sir. We're giving up all hope of ever seeing this. I'm so glad he managed to bring it in. Giving up all hope of ever seeing this. I'm so glad he managed to bring it in.
Still, it's a small price to pay for mapping the beach. And now that my work here is complete, I can accompany you all on your journey. Oh, undertook the beach mapping program to help determine the most efficient strategy for linking up Australia. While near death, I traversed the beach and provided location data to APAS, which it used to build a database. Oh, APAS was my partner in this, you see. I also collected water samples from the various beaches I visited, which I duly deposited in the form of my own tears. Now that my work here is complete, I can apparently, the water somehow circulates between them and the world of the living. Oh, the samples were required to help study the efficient strategy for linking.
This is the first I've heard of it. I didn't think this was your field.
Oh, it isn't. I provided location from it. I collected the samples for the benefit of a collaborator. APAS was my partner in this, you see. In the process, I also collected. I placed a greater strain on my heart. Beaches I visited, but it's nothing to worry about. Like it or not, they all wear out sooner or later. Apparently, the water
You sure you're okay?
circulates between them and the world of the living. The samples were.
Always feel bad having people trudge through the rain. Here's hoping it clears.
All good in there. Is that all you're gonna take?
Yes. Everything I need is already stored on the DHV Magellan. This here is my insurance. Well then, shall we go to the DHV Magellan?
Remember to rest, Sam.
Whoa.
Please take good care of him, okay?
Feels good.
That was a close one.
Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Ah, Sam. You're the last to arrive. But now we're all here. Let's get to it. Recently, I received a number of strange mails that were apparently sent to me by none other than myself. And Fragile has been receiving similar communications too. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
I got a few about Lou's records.
It goes without saying, I did not, in fact, send them. It's all very distressing and gave me palpitations. An especially concerning mail reached me not long ago. Attached were some highly sensitive UCA documents on BBs and chiral communications technology, including classified records of the BBs who were sacrificed to build the foundation of the chiral network. These extraordinary children were the catalyst required for the network to route data through the beach. They served as a bridge between the beach and our world, hence the Bridge Baby moniker. They were originally intended for the sole purpose of sustaining the chiral network. I'd like to discuss the implications of these records in my possession, but before that, I can tell you how Bridge Babies were developed in more detail, if you wish. R&D commenced shortly after Death Stranding was first observed. The inciting incident having occurred during the performance of a cesarean section to save the child of a brain-dead mother. But perhaps the rest should be explained by someone who remembers the period. If you're willing to indulge me.
I can't speak with any authority, but if you insist. When the obstetrician touched the fetus during the procedure, it's said they glimpsed the beach. Subsequent research revealed that the unborn children and still mothers possessed a special connection to the place. While communications utilizing the beach had been theorized, the framework was incomplete. These children proved to be the missing link. Afterwards, development of the chiral network began in earnest, or so I'm told.
Wait, I have a question.
By all means.
What about when I was putting Mexico on the grid? Or my work in Australia? Have I been condemning kids this whole time?
Worry not, Sam. The new Cupid model does not require a human catalyst. You can be assured of that.
Bridget was president when this all began, and she wouldn't permit women to be deliberately rendered brain-dead in order to produce BBs. But the Bridges researchers were not deterred, and they pressed on with their plan in spite of the president's misgivings. To secure test subjects, it seems Bridges smuggled pregnant women into the country from Mexico, among other places. Consequently, they were able to produce the BBs needed to make the chiral network a reality. And 4 years ago, the first Bridges expedition embarked on their journey. This is what I received from the sacrificial BBs.
Give me a moment to review the orders in the system.
Including backups, a total of 10 units were prepped for integration. But only 9 were used to lay the foundations of the North American network. I attempted to ascertain the whereabouts of the 10th, to no avail. But as drawbridge, we should have a higher security clearance than me personally. Just to be prudent, would you mind running a search? As Deadman determined, there was another BB-28 that existed before Lou, which was decommissioned. Fragile later discovered that, 4 years ago, Lou was assigned BB-28 serial number, and for reasons unknown, placed into storage. Now, the first expedition also set off 4 years ago, and they could surely have made use of another functional BB unit, yet again, for reasons unknown, Lou remained in storage. So did they have other plans for Lou? Was Lou deemed unsuitable for sacrifice? Or was Lou excluded from the mission for some other reason?
Like what?
Cardiac arrest imminent. 30 seconds remaining.
Not finding anything here. All the official records claim BB-28 was decommissioned. That's it. There's also nothing to suggest a connection between the missing BB and Lou.
Still, we know for a fact that they played a part in the first BB experiments. So we have to ask the question, did Lou play one too?
3, 2, 1.
What kind of cargo?
I have to smuggle them in.
Now, what was that?
Sam, the next major site to be linked to the chiral network is in the eastern reaches of the continent, East Fort Knott. Our original plan would have had us route a connection through North Fort Knott, allowing for a simple and direct trip. Unfortunately, that city was completely obliterated by a void out. As a result, we have had to devise a new approach, utilizing a series of connections between preppers in the region. Easier said than done, of course. Some of these preppers are currently refusing to join the network. But according to APAS's latest simulations, enlisting the cooperation of the pizza chef should enable us to win over these holdouts. Your first objective is therefore to bring the pizza chef online. And it just so happens that the cargo he's requested is being stored at this very facility. It's been designated a chilled delivery due to its sensitivity to heat, so you should transport it at night or in the rain. Or perhaps take advantage of a pickup off-roader's covered cargo shelf, which should ensure it doesn't get exposed to direct sunlight. Undertake the main order on this delivery terminal when you're ready.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
That is a veritable herd of chiral creatures. Far more than we're equipped to handle. We should hurry and get away while we still can.
Okay.
Somebody lend me a hand!
Commencing route creation. Delivery route final.
Creatures can travel in groups of several hundred individuals. If you intend to face them, explosive ordnance is your only viable option. Take out as many as you can at once.